Welcome back, and I'm finally digging into my brickhead stash because Shrek is a little lamb and bought me a shed load of brickheads. So I'm going to start today with this one, which is 40480. It's the ginger tabby and kitten, and I've just realised that is the reverse of the box. Oh no, it isn't. That is the front of the box. The reverse of the box shows them on their little lilac bed, and it shows the other sets, which are the Dalmatian, the cockatiel and the hamster. Pleased to report I do have all of those. The one by one on the top is what I call the Wolverine claws. It's what they use for the whiskers. Oh, look how cute they are. Oh, little scarf neckerchief thing. Little pink nose. Little pink nose. So, yes, the important bit. So this is the Lego Brickheads Pets series. It's the Ginger Tabby 40480. Retails in the UK for £13.49 and has 269 pieces. That's in the region of 5p per piece. I've just realised my microphone is in a terrible place. That should be slightly better sound quality. At least I remember to record it. So it's just getting. I do like that the Brickheads boxes are always these little snippy ones. Come on, you little swine. There we go. So we are in. I need to pull this out. Sure, I've got everything. I've got everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of random bricky goodness. Oh, look at that. Managed to rip the booklet when they pushed them in, but never mind. There's a little booklet. And 2 things of stickers. Should only have 1, I would have thought. But you can put, I'll use this one because it's less bent. You can see on here you've got 2 options, and these are for on the front of the bed. So you've got the little fishes or the little paw prints that you put on for around the front of the bed. So pop them here, and it's just the standard build, if there is such thing as a standard build for a brickhead. There we go. That's the, and then you make the base. There you go. Shows you that's sticker 2. I think I'll use sticker 1, the little fishies, just because I feel like doing it. It shows you there. You can use either, and I've just realised I haven't done the little bag advert for the same 3 that are on the back of the box, and your little part list, and a big rip where they got carried away shoving the boxes in and ripped it. So that is going to be what, half an hour, 40 minutes if that. So let's get prepared, and I think I will do a build with me for this one, people. So bear with me whilst I get organised. Right, so box over there, booklet here. I'm just going to come all out on the table. Starting to think I might need another ring light, maybe something I could put here, but it would have to have a hella long cable, and I'm not sure of anywhere I can plug it in to be able to charge it, because it's only a 4 extension. So we'll have to have a think on that one. I have to admit the videos do look brighter when I come to start editing them. They're a lot brighter than they appear on this little screen, because it looks really dingy on this little screen. It looks quite dingy in person, to be fair. There we go. And I haven't got myself really not organised today. Normally I have a big white pedal bin liner for all my plastic bits. I forgot to get one. And it was bin day Thursday, so I don't have one on the go at the minute. Let's just put those up there and get all that sorted out after I've built this one. So I did intend yesterday to do some building, and I was kind of hoping to do a biggish build, but I'm type 2 diabetic and have been about 8 years, and I was well overdue for my retinal eye scan. 2020 was such a clusterfuck for everybody. I did get my invite for said procedure, and I was, yeah, I'll go. It's something I need to have done every year, because eyesight is one of the few things I don't piss about with. A lot of medical issues I will just ignore and hope they go away. Hence why it took me an inordinate amount of time to get diagnosed as type 2 diabetic. I sort of knew I was, but I had other shit going on, which is like, no, I'm not going there. And then on the day I was due to go, I was a tad unwell. Just like going under that or over that, over that. Do you know, I knew I'd do it the wrong way. Bear with. I'm going to do it like this, because otherwise I'm going to put it on wrong again. So, just, there we go. Right, so that's on right. So, I missed going. Felt guilty because I didn't ring them and say I couldn't go. Because nothing annoys me more when I'm sat there and they're calling people's names out and they're not there. So I went yesterday. So probably something just over 2 years since I last had one done. I'd forgotten how much they burn. Oh boy, do they burn. Those eye drops. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was the headache I've had ever since is just absolutely incredible. Never been like this after that procedure before. And to be fair, it's a little bit better now, but oh my god, I am borderline abusing painkillers at the moment because it needs to go away. So I am hoping that by sitting distracting myself with beautiful coloured bricks today, it will make it all feel a lot better. Although in and of itself, it does tend to give you a bit of a headache building Lego. So we will see how we go on with the lights. I really wanted to do this yesterday, but genuinely because my head was so painful, I didn't dare go near it because these lights would have absolutely killed me. I spent the day listening to podcasts, although not all of them were podcasts. A lot of it was just putting stuff on YouTube and sitting with my eyes shut, just listening to it rather than watching it, which I will admit I do a lot. I'll have it on whilst I'm doing other things, especially now I've got a pair of cheap Bluetooth earphones not the strongest of signals, but I can just about get away with toddling off into the kitchen and going to the loo with them on, as long as I'm careful about where I sit, stroke, stand. I can still hear whatever it is. So yeah, been busy doing that. So it is annoying because I had a big project that would have been ideal for 2 days. Really would have been. Oh, no. Why does that look? Why is that not a straight line? Because I have attached everything the wrong way around. You see, this is the joy of build with me's. I'm not busy thinking about what I want to say. I'm not paying proper attention to what I am doing, and I nose it up. Two more yellowy ones. I do wish they hadn't used yellow and orange so much in this. Too similar. Come on, where are you? So yeah, I went for my retinal eye scan yesterday. Anybody that's been for one will tell you, you don't get to find out straight away. It's not what it's telling you to do, Midge. Goodness sake. I suspect this might have been a bad idea. I'll not tell you the results right away, but if you've been for enough, you know pretty much what you're looking for. So I know mine is going to come back with some background retinopathy. In all fairness, I'm 51. Yeah, your eyesight does deteriorate with age. Part of that is a retinal deterioration. Part of it is also the fact I really did not look after myself, because I knew that there was something very, very wrong and did nothing about it. So I always thought that it was just, oh, you get really thirsty, so you pee a lot. No. Nobody tells you about the monstrous boils you can get. And that was the final killer for me. I've been suffering from boils for just over a year, and I kind of knew, because I have an underlying condition, PCOS, and I was told that my hormone levels were so skewed that I would at some point end up type 2 diabetic. It wasn't the case, it was just a case of when, not if. But I got that diagnosis a good 15 years before I got hit with the type 2 bus. So what actually made me go was I had an eructation on my back that was quite impressive, which led to a 2-inch hole. Well, an inch and a half deep, probably 3 inches across, maybe an inch that way, so it's like an inch and a half deep, a couple of inches that way, maybe an inch and a half that way, hole in my back, because I got what is referred to beautifully as a carbuncle, which is basically a load of boils that all group together. And it was, yeah, they gave me antibiotics. They didn't do a great deal because it was so deeply seated. So it was coming up to Good Friday. So of course the medical centre is closed unless it's a bank holiday, and it needed looking after. So I was given the option of, would you like us to cut this out? Now, we can't give you an anaesthetic though. And I'm just like, do you know what? At this point in time, I really don't care. I am sick of it because it was just this big, sore, weepy mess. So I allowed them to cut it out of me whilst I was awake. And I wish I'd kept it because it looked like a little bunch of grapes. I know that sounds gross, but it did. It looked like a bunch of grapes. It was actually pretty cool. But they were little pus sacks. Graphic, I know. But then, of course, the wound needed packing. And it needed changing multiple times a day. And one thing and another. But because my other half is not a squeamish person, he volunteered so I didn't have to have a district nurse coming round because not big on people coming into the home. My space, go away. And plus, we knew from when my dad had been in hospital, there's no timetable, so you sat waiting, and you can be sat waiting all day. They might come at 9 in the morning, or they might not turn up till 4 in the afternoon. And if you can't do anything, because you're waiting for somebody to turn up, it just makes it feel annoying. So they showed him how to do the dressing change and how to pack the wound, and he did it for me, and I had to go in once a week on a Monday just for them to check it, and it took a long time to heal because that's one of the joys of being diabetic. And at the time, I'm actually proud of this. I shouldn't be because it's a really bad example for people, but I am actually proud of the fact that my blood was 25% sugar when I was diagnosed. No wonder I felt terrible. So it was, like, diet's not... Yes, you are going to have to make some dietary changes, but they ain't going to do anything for you at all. So what we need to do is put you on medication. So on tablets, and then it started going up again. My blood sugar started destabilising and started becoming high. And I got into a raging argument with the nurse at doctor's surgery because she was convinced it was a dietary issue. If she had said that now, yes, I would agree. I do eat a lot of stuff I really shouldn't as a diabetic. But that said, if I don't, I'll hit the carbs, both refined and more fibrous carbs. I have really low blood sugar, to be careful, because I've been put on a non-insulin injectable once a day, and that's done wonders for stabilising my blood sugar. It's also done wonders for my eyesight. I know that sounds stupid, but getting my blood sugar under control, well, to some extent, has done marvels for my eyesight. My distance eyesight is still poo, but that was poo long before the diabetes. But my close sight, that's really good now. That's back to what it always was. So much so, although I have prescription glasses, I rarely wear them because I've not been out. I wore them for the first time in ages yesterday. On occasion, if I'm watching something with subtitles on the TV rather than on the PC, I will put them on, or something I really want to pay attention to, I'll put them on then. But I can't remember the last time I watched anything on the TV, so there you go. I'm not quite sure it's a ginger tabby, but of course, brains. I'm annoyed it's not the big pink block. So one of them. Oh, this is clearly going to be a side piece. Ha ha ha. So yeah, I went on this injectable 3 years ago. Wow. maybe that's wrong. Maybe 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, 2018. Because that's when I started having to do regular pinprick tests and blood sugar. So yeah, I've been on it for 3 years and my blood sugar is really, really stable now. It's wonderful. There are occasional peaks and troughs, but they're always the same. Like I know when I do blood sugar in the morning, I'm going to be anywhere between 5.8 and 7.2. Part of that is because it says pre-breakfast on my thing, so I literally do it pre-breakfast, by which time I'm already well into the coffee and maybe I even had a cup of tea before I actually have anything edible. Plus you get a glucose dump when you get up, so that doesn't help matters. That's probably a contributory factor, but it's always the same range. The rest of the time it can be anywhere between sort of 4.7 and 6.8, apart from me pre-bed, because that's usually anywhere between 30 minutes if I'm on shift, or 2 hours after I've eaten, and that time span there is your primo for high blood sugar, and even that is usually between 7.8 and sort of 9. Occasionally it'll spike over it if I've had a dessert, but not very often. So it certainly works. It's doing wonders for me. The only thing is it's still classed as fairly experimental, so you're supposed to continue weight loss whilst you're on it. I'm here to tell you guys, no. Because of that, my diabetic nurse actually lied back in January 2020, which was the last time I went to see them. She put down that I was 90 kilos, not 92, because I record it in my little book. I only get weighed at the doctor's. And when I went on a couple of weeks ago now for my HbA1c and my liver function tests and all that stuff, it was, oh, you've put weight on. I was 96 kilos, and it was just like, yeah, I know it looks to you like I put 6 kilos on. In reality, I've put 4 kilos on in best part of 2 years. I don't think, considering everything we've all been through, that is particularly bad going, especially as I have been very naughty bad, like not looking after myself properly. I've had no exercise whatsoever. I mean, not that I do a great deal of that anyway, but we at least used to go away to Blackpool, so I'll get a bit of exercise walking around the pubs, to be quite frank, but I'm not even getting that. And working from home, so I haven't been walking up onto the main road to meet my lift, and just all the little things that used to, inject a little bit of exercise into my sedentary life, all went away. They all stopped happening. It's just like, yeah, I don't think putting that on, especially as I've been terrible with my eating habits. I discovered apple turnovers. That wasn't a good look. And I started baking again. I haven't done any baking for a while, admittedly. So there's only me eats it. I might do some in a couple of weeks and take it into work and share it out, because I do like making a tray bake. What am I after? It's the yellowy colour. This yellowy colour doesn't show up very well in the books, guys. Really doesn't. So I've been eating a lot of things with a lot of sugar and a lot of carbohydrate in them, which it doesn't take a genius to know I shouldn't be eating that. But it has very much got to the point where, look, the whole world is burning. I'm just gonna spend a shit ton of money that I shouldn't really be spending on Lego and eat what I want. And you know what? I know it's bad. I know I shouldn't be doing it. But I've got to do something to keep sane. I really have. And unfortunately, I am one of those people that equates food with comfort. Oh, little cute buddy tart. It actually worked out better than I anticipated. I'm quite pleased with that. So I keep saying to myself, I'm gonna start being good. I'm gonna start being good. Stop eating as much crap and being more careful about what goes into my pie hole. And unfortunately, that is another issue. I love pie. I really, really love pie. And again, pastry. Oh, it's carbohydrate. And if it's really good pastry, it's made with butter, so lots of fat. And that's another thing I've started eating again, butter. I got a thing for malt loaf, specifically saurine. I got a real thing for that for my breakfast. Yeah, I know, it's not exactly a breakfast food, but hey ho. And it's only good with butter on. And now I've graduated to butter on my toast instead of my Flora Light spread, which is terrible of me. It's really not good for you. But I figure I probably don't have too many years left. As long as I manage another 5 to pay down my loan, I'll be quite happy. Because otherwise I'm leaving it for other people to sort, and that's not fair. Hang on, I've got myself confused. Yeah, that's because I jumped a step. Big surprise. So it goes over that side. And the 2 and the 1. Wow, my spatial awareness is absolutely terrible today. So yeah, I'm trying to be good. I'm failing at it, but I am trying. It's one of the things this does help with. I don't smoke when I'm building, so that's a help, because I keep saying, can I give up smoking? Can I give up smoking? The problem being, I sort of want to give up, but I still enjoy a cigarette far too much, and the only reason I want to give up is purely financial, and it's just at the moment that it's not enough for me. I will eventually get to the stage where I am so broke I have no choice, but whilst I've still got a bit of credit left and I'm still getting a little bit of overtime every month, which is helping with all of the paying back shenanigans, then I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna keep plodding along and just take it a month at a time and worry about the bigger picture later. I found that it doesn't matter how much you worry about it, it is what it is, and what's going to happen is going to happen. and somehow stuff has a habit of working itself out. What our religious friends would say, let go and let God. No, it's just the way things are. Plus I catastrophise everything, so it's never ever going to be what I think it's going to be. It's never going to be that bad. I just make it that bad in my own head because I am a pillock. I do know it. I do know it's stupid, and a lot of what I stress, we'll call it, a lot of what I stress about is completely ridiculous and incredibly stupid. And on the whole, things I can do nothing about. I mean, there are things I could do about my debt. And I could be a lot more responsible. Like not buying Lego. I am doing better. I'm not watching as much Lego YouTube content or being as involved with online communities, because I do get a lot of FOMO by doing that, and it's just better for me if I keep away. I just go on the Lego website a couple of times a month and chuck on the wish list anything that's come out that I particularly like the look of. It's like, I went on today to have a look at the coming soon. There's a lot of Batman stuff coming out. I mean, I know the Tumblr comes out, the big daddy Tumblr is due out on the 1st of November. But logged on and there we go, Baldur's Brass, spend £100 and get this dormitory set, the Harry Potter thing. And it's just like, really wish I hadn't seen that, because I still haven't purchased the icons. And I really want the icons, but cannot afford, so I am being really good. How good I'm going to be when the Tumblr comes out, I don't know. I really want that big Tumblr. I know I haven't built the Batwing yet, but I really want that big Tumblr. For some reason the Batman stuff is really, really working for me. Really enjoying it. I've got a couple of pieces still to build. I've got the Batman Batwing. I've got the Batman cowl. But they're future projects. And I've got the 66 Batmobile. No, I haven't. I've built it. Built the 66 Batmobile, didn't I? What's the other one I've got? Sure, I've got something else tucked away upstairs. But it's such a disaster zone up there. Anyway, back to the topic in hand, which was me moaning about having had a retinal eye scan. I'm a lot better now, and I have to omit this distraction despite the fact I've got 2 ring lights, which I always have on bright white. I hate cold white. Ugh. Loathe it with a passion. And it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. There is no way I could have done this yesterday with the lights on. Not a hope. Meow. Meow. Sorry. That's a terrible cat impression. So yeah. No, I had, before I got diagnosed, I had all the classic symptoms. I knew. And I'd even said to the other half, at the time my dad was in the hospital, and it was grill night at the Wetherspoons, so at the time, obviously I finished work. At the time we had a car, so he came and picked me up from work, and then after we'd been to hospital visiting, went to sit in the coffee shop there and had coffee and but probably cake and biscuits and stuff, waiting for visiting time, and then visiting my dad. On the way home, we'd usually grab KFC or something. He said, "Why don't we go at the Spoons?" So we did, and sat in there, and I just said to him, something, I'm sure I'm diabetic, and that was a good 12 months before I had to cave in and go, and that was only because of that mess on my back, and that led to a fortnight off work because it was just so painful, and I couldn't sleep, and I was marginally depressed. More of that was to do with my actual job than the condition. It really did a number on me, that job. It really did. And I didn't realise it until way after the fact. And when I started where I am now, I've been there just over 6 years. I've been there 2 weeks. And it was like, yes, I've got my wife back. And I didn't realise how much of a difference it had made. But clearly it had made a massive difference. And I do like where I am now. I bitch and moan, particularly about being back in the office. Hate it. I really do. But it is what it is. There are pluses to it. On the whole, I found working from home a lot better. But at least they'll let us do, if we've been authorised for overtime, they'll let us do the overtime from home, which is nice. It says number 2 on the diagram, but we're not, we're doing number 1. So yeah, just waiting for the results of my HbA1c, which apparently is a phone appointment in a few days. And I only know it's a phone appointment because I had to go in and said, what's this appointment that's suddenly shown up on my app? I've no idea what it is, because they were supposed to send me a letter telling me, and they didn't. But that's pretty much how it rolls around us at the minute. Oh. There we go. Ooh, the tails is up. So let me just get my turntable out. Frozen shoulder. Not fun. It's a daisy. Upside down. There we go. Make sure I try and centre it a little bit. There you go. They're so cute. They really are cute little guys. So yeah, listen to your body, people, and advocate for yourself as well. I really had to, with the nurse that I was seeing, because she was adamant that the medication that was on was fine, and my high blood sugar and my high blood pressure was entirely my own doing. And the second time she did that, I went, no, you're talking absolute garbage. I can prove to you that what I'm eating is a perfectly healthy diet for a diabetic and should not result in my blood sugar being this high. And well, we'll make an appointment to see the doctor then. I said, yeah, you do that. And the first thing he did was apologise when I actually had the appointment with him. Because he said, she was out of line. What she's told you is actually incorrect. It really doesn't apply. Yes, I am fat. I admit I'm fat. But And I was a lot fatter then as well. I was about 115 kilos. So probably 20 kilos over what I am now. And because of the PCOS and the insulin resistance and all the rest of it, because PCOS creates insulin resistance, he actually said, it doesn't matter so much what you're eating, because your body's just going to hold on to everything anyway, because hormonally that's what it's programmed to do, because your hormones are screwed. So fortunately I get a pass, which is nice. But there we go. They're sweet, little ginger pudgy tarts. There they are. So that, apologies about that noise in the background. That is somebody with a gaseous tummy. That's a gaseous tummy. So this is the Lego Brickhead Pets Ginger Tabby, set 40480, 13.49. I have no idea how long that took. 20 minutes, half an hour? Goodness only knows. Oh well, I've been waffling for 42 minutes, so yeah, probably about half an hour. So now I've bored you all rigid and had a little random verbal wander, I'm going to go and try and squidge this onto my Brickhead shelf, which is actually a plate rack above the door into the living room. They will get knocked off eventually, but I'm going to go and see if I can squidge them up there, and I'll back in a bit. God, goodness only knows when, probably more Brickheads. Want to do some more in my Super Mario, but I've only a couple of sets left of that. So, yeah, no idea when this is going up. But, yeah, it is what it is. Get them recorded, get them edited, get them stacked up, and then post them at some vague, unspecified future point. So thank you very much for sticking with me on this one. Do hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.